Hey everyone, welcome to a trader's journey. Welcome to another Sunday pre-market sessions. As we look forward to trading in the coming week and see how we can react to the markets and how we can pre-plan our trading for the coming week. So right now, obviously, we start on the weekly, and I just want to show you something. I'm noticing a bit of a pattern. Since we've reached this level over here, there's been a pattern going on for the last 3 weeks, right? The pattern is, as you can see, these three candles, right? We opened pretty strong. The dollar is showing that maybe it's gaining some strength, but then towards the end of the week, it loses a bit of strength and the week closes with a wick like that. And the week before, let me just delete all of this. The week before, same thing happened. Open strongly, looked like it was dropping, and then the dollar loses strength and then price pulls back again. So same as last week, started strong, pushing down, and then obviously we had very bad NFP data, which caused the price to move rapidly high. So there's a bit of a pattern on the weekly, right? But obviously our main level is up there, right? But the weekly doesn't tell us much of the story. If I go on the daily and show you exactly what I'm talking about, this is that pattern that I'm talking about. Open up strong, the dollar gains strength, pushes down, and then towards the end of the week moves up again. Same story, pushes down, looks like it's gaining strength. Towards the end of the week, it's pushing up again. So now we've developed some sort of corrective structure on the daily over here. You can see we tried, bounced off this area, pushed up, couldn't break the high, and then we bounced off this area again. So we sort of forming a bullish flag, a bull flag, right? Where price is sort of stuck in this corrective structure. So now we want to see what's going to happen next week. Obviously, we want this momentum to continue. Maybe Monday closes above this area, maybe target these areas here. So we're looking for price to sort of continue on the momentum of Friday, based because of the news of the NFP news and lower obviously employment data in the US, which causes all of this move. So if we can break above this level, then we can look at potentially targeting these areas, because we've been in this corrective structure for some time. So it's time for price to sort of create a move. Obviously there is a level here that's also causing price prices bouncing off of all the time. So now that we filled most of these imbalances, so we can start to see price moving up in the coming weeks, because of the current US economy is not as strong as it used to be. So now we can see some strength from the pound dollar and the euro dollar, which I'm gonna touch on in a bit. So that's what I'm looking at on the daily. Obviously you can see there's a level here that we're waiting for it to break. Once we break out of this structure, our main areas or target areas of potential entries is above this area. If we can create a retest in area, maybe target these highs, and then we can reconsider price when we get there as well, when we get to these highs. So those are the main levels. We're just hoping price continues on for Friday, which should give us nice opportunities. Otherwise we'll see price sort of correct in this way. But I feel like based on Friday, and because of the first week of the month, September can show us a bit of bullish momentum on pound dollar or on euro dollar. So that's what I'm looking at in the 4 hours. Obviously on the 4 hour you can see a bit of break of structure and price pulling back slightly after we wicked this high, the weekly high. So price is pulling back slightly. So I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback into these areas, and then we can potentially see price come up to these areas here, which is where we're looking to be active in the market. So now let's see if this is going to be a correction, or see if price stalls in these areas here. So that's what I'm looking at on euro dollar. I'm looking to see if we can pull back into this area, but my main entries is going to be at this point here. But let's see if we get into this value area over here, what prices do. Maybe there's an opportunity to take on the lower time frame on the 1 hour at these areas, pushing up again, maybe targeting these highs. So let's see if we can push into this value area and look if you can see get some bullish momentum going into these areas here. So that's what I'm looking at. So these are the areas for me, this value area. And if there's an entry we can take a short-term entry into these areas, and then we can reevaluate. Otherwise, if price continues to push on at the open of Monday, then we can look at entering at these areas over here. So that's what I'm looking at on euro dollar, on pound dollar, and then euro dollar, similar pattern. It's just different. Again, open strong, again open, push down strong, close to weak, strong as well. Again, weak, strong, weak, strong. So go on the daily. EU is a little bit different because it's been stuck in this range for quite some time, steady range. So EU doesn't have any potential entries until we can break out of this range. So this has been ranging for about 2 weeks now. Until we can break out of this range, we are not trading EU until we see price maybe come up and then retest this area and then see what we do in these areas as well. So that's what I'm looking at EU. It's been in this range for a long time. I'm not looking to trade it until we break out of this range. So I'm hoping Monday will open stronger because of what happened on Friday with the news, and then we can start breaking some levels, like this high over here, this high over here. And if I look to the left, obviously there's this long-term high from 2021 that we also still need to mitigate and interact with. So EU, not looking to trade it. It's still stuck in this range at the moment, and I'm just waiting to see what happens opening on Monday. If we can break this high and then come up to this high, and then we can start seeing momentum on EU. UJ also very let me just clean up the chart. UJ also still stuck in this corrective structure. This one here, it's correcting on the weekly for a very long time. It's just wicking up and down. It still closes within the structure. We haven't seen a engulfing candle breaking out of the structure, so it's still also stuck in here. Let's see, because of how weak the dollar will be, if we can get some sort of break outside of this structure in the next coming weeks. Right, if I go on the daily and show you exactly what I'm talking about. The daily, you can see this is what I'm talking about. This horrible price action here. Price is not going anywhere because of the weak dollar. So it's been stuck at here for quite some time. So let's see what happens coming weeks. If I draw a level here, let me just draw a level. Let me just put it here and show you the range that I'm talking about. This is the range that I'm talking about. So we need to break a solid break outside of this range. Because of what happened Friday, I'm expecting a bearish behavior, retest this area, and then clean up all this these imbalances on the left hand side. So if you look here, we've got we've got liquidity over these areas. So there's a lot of places that price can target once we break out of the structure. This daily structure. So this is what I'm looking at. As soon as we can break out of this, then this pair becomes tradable again. And if I go on the 4 hour, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously I'll do a review of a trade that I took here on Friday, and obviously I had to take it at the top of this range, right? You can see as soon as we get to the bottom of this range, we push up, hit the top, push down, hit the bottom, push up, hit the top. So it's quite ranging for some time. But if you've got a system that works on different market conditions, you can find opportunities like this to trade. But I'll do a review on this trade sometime this week. So Also, because of what happened on Friday, this is what I'm looking to see if we can break out of this. Let me just take this away so that the chart looks cleaner. You can clearly see the range here. We need a clear break and retest of this area, and then we can start targeting these lows as I mentioned on the daily. Lows like this and these type of lows. So as soon as we can break out of the structure, we're expecting price to drop because of the dollar is very weak at the moment, and as soon as we can break out of this, we can potentially see us targeting in the next coming weeks, targeting these type of areas in the next coming weeks. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at on UJ. So yeah, that's the video for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.